Tony Stewart's nickname is Smoke because when he first started racing, he struggled with throttle control, and the haze of smoke off the tire, it was a lot. As Matt Zahn explains, he's gotten better, so much so that he's now all throttle in his latest gig.
It's a drastically different experience.
Going 1,000 feet at over 330 miles per hour is not exactly what Tony Stewart is used to. The NASCAR Hall of Famer who dominated short tracks and stock car racing is now drag racing full-time in his first year in NHRA's Top Fuel division.
It's been like a whirlwind because it is so outside the norm of what I'm used to. Everything that I did in NASCAR and IndyCar and sprint car racing on dirt and sports cars kind of fell under the same bubble, but drag racing is kind of off on Fantasy Island on its own deal. It has definitely got me out of my comfort zone, but when you do it with your wife, it puts you back in a comfort zone.
Stewart has stepped into the driver's seat, filling his wife's spot. Leah Pruitt, who nearly won the Top Fuel Championship in 2023, has stepped away from driving to focus on starting a family.
I've always known that I've wanted a family, but I've always been a drag racer. 28 years of straight drag racing, but as life changes, you change with it. And so, once Tony and I were together for 4 years and created a space of somewhat security that I'd never had before, and he created an opportunity for me to step out. And in that, the conversation was, well, who steps in? And when we started that conversation, Tony did not have a ton of drag racing experience. So we took about the last 6 months of last year and really dialed it in. He is just absolutely blowing away any expectations that I had, which is they were actually already pretty high, being Tony Stewart, but his adaptability to the race car, everything that we work on. Right now, we're pretty much really picking like ant poop out of a pepper with what he's working on. He's just mastering the skill. Motorsports is his heart, no matter what it is, and to see him excel in that makes me happy and not regretting any moment of stepping out.
So are you teaching Tony Stewart how to race?
Drag race. I think we're going to preface that with drag race, but yes.
Now the Stewart and Pruitt combo gets set to head to the Route 66 Nationals, bringing Stewart back near Chicagoland Speedway, where he won 3 Cup races, more than any other driver.
I'm looking forward to it. I've had the luxury of running the 1.5 mile track, obviously. I've ran the dirt track that's right beside the drag strip, so now I'm going to get the trifecta at Chicagoland and get to run all 3 racetracks. The Joliet area and that side of Chicago has a huge motor racing influence, so a lot of our friends that used to watch us in open wheel cars growing up are going to come to the race, and it's close. It's we're from southern Indiana. Our race team's on the west side of Indianapolis, so this is a second home race, so to speak.
Do you have a favorite memory from out there?
The ones where you win. Those are the most fun.
Thank you so much, Matt. Now, you can catch Stewart in 2 weeks at Route 66 Raceway. He'll be at the NHRA Pro Stock All-Star Call-Out. Meanwhile, his wife, Leah, says she absolutely does want to eventually return to drag car racing. She's just focusing on having a baby first.
Okay, exciting times.
Boy, the G-forces.
Yeah, that's why she needs to take the break from the car if she's going to focus on having a family.
Sure.
Yeah, great.